Good morning, guys. Welcome back to DR Sports. No, it's not the weekend roundup yet. If you're here to cook me, you have to wait another hour and a half to do that. So stick around. Forget all of that, though. We're talking about the Champions League. It is the official draw for the round of 16 in the Champions League. Why I'm presenting this, I don't know.
Why are you
but
here?
We've also got some other people. Why are you here? You never won it. But we've also got some people here who aren't in it. But we're here for the entertainment. We're here for the footballing greatness that we should probably see in the round of 16. Joining me today, Abby, Matisse, Flex, and also Laurie in the house. How are we, people? Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Bad morning,
Well,
good morning, yes.
Very strange that the whole panel, apart from Laurie, has no
we just
involvement in this competition.
Neither should he, to be
I
honest.
feel
but-
surrounded by interlopers.
Yeah.
I can talk about, what the group stages was like, going to a few games and being present. I can talk about that. I mean, you guys weren't even, watching.
I mean, to be
Participation.
fair, I
Oh,
have
you've been to a few
I
games,
actually have been present.
I don't know what you was doing.
I've been at
some of the-
Newcastle, I've been at Celtic,
honest,
and I've been at yours.
Would you
So-
rather
That
be,
UCL feeling, man.
Would you rather be in the competition or be in the competition and be the way they went out? Because I'd rather
no,
not be in
I'd
it.
rather
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Rather
be in
not.
it.
Nah, we need revenue gate
Fourth in the
receipts.
group
Rather not
stage.
participate.
Anyway, we'll get
Revenue
into
gate
all of this.
receipts.
We'll get
Put it
into
towards
all
the
of
January transfer budget,
We'll get
mate.
into
How
all
many
of
of you right now can say you've actually been to a Champions League final? I'm just
Four.
curious.
I've been to one.
You've been to one.
Can't
All
out
of-
me,
all of-
Alex.
all of
Yeah.
us.
She was at
I was
one.
there.
Talking,
I use
you don't talk
No,
about
I'm
finals you didn't
curious.
win. Just
Yeah,
talk,
yeah.
that's, come on, Laurie. That's
No,
fine.
I'm just curious.
Shameless
Just curious.
already.
May as well
Anyway.
not get to it.
But
yeah.
you've
You've done
yeah?
what Spurs have done in the competition.
You have.
I've seen us
Hold
lose
on,
four
you're
Champions
as
League
good as
finals in
Spurs
my
in this
lifetime.
competition.
Yeah, you
You
finished
got to a
top,
final
you finished
and
top
didn't
four
win.
for like
I'm
20
just-
consecutive
Order. We'll get into all of that. We will get into all of
I'm
that.
just saying, remember where you're coming from. So
I
I'm
just
saying.
asked
Got
a
to be in
question.
it to win it, though, and Arsenal are in it, and we are not, unfortunately. But if you have just joined us and you think this is the weekend roundup, it's not. It's the Champions League round of 16 draw. Strictly Champions League chat up in here today. Smash that like button upon entry. We're currently awaiting the draw. I think this has been taking place in London, as the final is in London. Some big teams still in it, of course, and Arsenal.
Love it. Love that.
Mad.
Nice early dig. Love it.
Get him in
Arsenal
early.
one of the favourites, mate.
Bosh.
We are.
Yeah, let's talk about Arsenal's chances, seeing as you are the only representative in the competition
Say that
still
again.
there.
The what?
You heard what I said. You heard what I
okay,
said.
Get it right.
But what do you actually genuinely rate your chances in the round of 16, and who would you actually like to see?
That is a good question.
Thank you. That's why I'm here.
Right, so I've got the teams that we could face in front of me. Copenhagen, who you guys are familiar
Should
with.
be light work for you.
Tough.
Inter Milan, Lazio, Leipzig, Napoli, PSG and Porto.
Oh, is
Now,
that teams you can get?
Yeah, so I think the sexiest team we could get would be PSG, for obvious reasons, Mbappe and all
For
of that.
them, it would be sexy. Yeah.
Probably the hardest one, I would say, is Inter Milan next to PSG.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that.
Last year's finalists.
But listen, I don't want to kind of underrate or overlook any team, but you've got to say that that group is negotiable. Most of those teams in there, I would fancy us to get a result over two legs against those teams.
Yeah,
Porto, Napoli,
they've won the
Leipzig,
Champions League.
You know what I mean?
Not bad side.
Yeah, I think
Very good
um,
European pedigree. Let's go through the teams that are actually still in, right? Because there's the group winners, which are Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, the 14 times winners. Atletico Madrid never won it. Man City, first time winners last year. Arsenal, they've never won it. Real Sociedad, never won it. Dortmund in '96 won it, and I think Barca have won it 5 times. The group runners-up include Copenhagen, PSV, Napoli, Inter, Lazio, Paris, Leipzig, and FC Porto. So still some big hitters in that group. Matisse, who are the favourites still to win this? And will it be affected at all by this group today?
I think it should still be City joint with Real Madrid. I say City because even though they've had a pretty poor patch of form, was it 1 win their last 6? You expect as the season goes on for them to peak and for De Bruyne to come back and Stones to get fully fit and for them to find their groove. They may even find additions in the transfer market as well. So Real Madrid are just there by default. I say it every single year. If you're not respecting Real Madrid at this point, then you don't know the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's had to take their humbling from Real Madrid
More than
at
once.
some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than once. The same for us as well. We played them 3 times in 3 years, and you learn very quickly that this is an institution that you don't want to mess with.
You know
So
what? Madrid teams in general.
but they're not great. But the thing is,
Because
with Real Madrid, the
Atletico
last
do
couple of years,
well.
they haven't been great.
They had to win
I've
it.
seen them get through knockout rounds, and you're like, how did they get through that? But they managed to find a way through. They've always got a talisman. Before it was Benzema, and now it's Bellingham. And he's been incredible this season. I think he's got 17 goals. He's not scored a single penalty. Joselu, I'm assuming he'll be upgraded on in January as well. I know Osimhen's got a release clause. I'm surprised I'm not seeing Madrid linked with him. and potentially solve their striker situation there. So, but yeah, Real Madrid just have to be there. And then after that, I think there's the tier below, which is the Arsenals and PSG. I can't even say it.
No,
I'd
Bayern?
even put them Bayern Munich maybe, but even Bayern Munich have been defensively awful in this Champions League. I've seen them against United and they leak chances for fun. So it depends on whether they find that balance in midfield. If they buy that 6, they wanted Paulinho, he didn't join on the last day of the transfer window. I don't know. I'm not impressed with many teams in the Champions League that are left. I think maybe the dark horses, you look at Atletico Madrid, but even they don't tend
When
to
you
get
say
very
you're
far
not
all the
impressed,
time.
what do you mean? Like it's not as strong as it
I mean, look at
once
this.
was?
Look at here.
Or
Look,
do you
none of us
mean-
are none of us are involved.
Yeah, but that's because you're not good
we
enough.
bring the fun. Look at what
It's
Tottenham have done over the
probably-
years. You know what I mean?
probably better that we're
Look at
not.
Liverpool. Look at ourselves. We bring the fun.
No, but what do they always say about tables? They don't lie.
Yeah, no, but I would.
That's what they say.
What I would say is though is there is also you get some dark horses who you're not really thinking about. Like what happened last year, how Inter Milan, depending on the side
And
of the
AC.
draw, depending on the side of the draw you are,
Yeah.
you know, those teams can end up in the final quite quickly. And you know, even Dortmund, you know, they finished top of that
Yeah.
group, you know.
Yeah.
Like that was the group of death, and not much people gave Dortmund a look in to finish top. To do Newcastle like they did, get good results against
Even
Also,
Napoli
I think-
last
I was
season.
just about to say
Napoli last season were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Got undone in the end and didn't quite make it. But I think, look, I actually look at it and go, in terms of Arsenal though, always have to respect Real Madrid, of course. Trust me, having had a look at Bayern Munich up close twice, I did look at them. I know my team's not good enough to capitalise because we're crap, but I looked at that and went,
Can be got at.
I swear to God, Arsenal could beat them over 2 legs quite comfortably. You saw second. I know
Yeah.
that was a second leg game when they were through, but you can still see the mechanics
But I
of
feel the same way about PSG from watching them.
Arsenal could beat them up easy, 2 legs.
Definitely.
Arsenal
Yeah, but
could-
you know what it is with PSG.
it's just pressure.
I
I
always
deal
feel
with
with
pressure.
them that
We could
if
beat
they
Barcelona
turn
on
up,
2 legs.
if they turn up, the main man especially, if they turn up, they can be more than a match for anyone.
Yeah, it's the chat. Look, it's the chat. I'm not saying Arsenal are clear favourites now. They should go and win
No.
it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I look at it and say this is probably one of the best versions of the Champions League for Arsenal to really go stamp their mark in it, because I don't think there's many teams over 2 legs with this how confident this Arsenal is. I watched them yesterday against Brighton, and I know like against Brighton, like Arsenal are getting into a gear now whereby they are dominant in a lot of games, and not a lot of teams in Europe will want to go to the Emirates as well, or face Arsenal in general.
Yeah.
Including Real Madrid. Like, I know, like, they're not going to be scared of Arsenal like that, but I'm saying, like, Arsenal, tough game. And I just think Arsenal can beat a lot of teams, and I expect them to go deep into this competition.
Shout
really.
out to Rocco, who says it's the draw's actually in Neon in Switzerland. I got it wrong. It says the Road to London 2024, obviously the final at Wembley. John Terry,
Viva
Champions
John Terry.
League ambassador,
Big
Champions
slip.
League
It
ambassador.
seems strange to see John Terry as an ambassador
draw.
for anyone.
Less said about that, the better.
Great player, though. Great
yeah.
player. You can't.
Premier
no
League
one
great,
can
mate.
deny that.
There's a super chat here from Crollo. It says, Flex, I'm happy with the draw, but our standards have fallen. Hold it for the weekend roundup. We're not getting into any Premier League stuff. If you want to talk about that, we'll be back in an hour and a half. When you look at the teams involved in the draw, there's still good teams there, but I agree, there isn't maybe the 3 or 4 that you would have in this stage of the competition. There's also some big names that went out of this competition as well. When you look at the AC Milan, 7-time winners, they're going to be
Playing in Europe.
gutted in the Europa League for sure. So, again, I do agree with your point, Flex. I do think Arsenal should be looking at this draw, thinking...
Especially that. They
I mean,
walk
listen,
through this.
there's a bit of a hoodoo
Yeah.
against City. I know they beat them in...
Whoever you get here,
I think for the
You
6
should be
I think
walk
6
through
teams
that.
you walk through.
100%.
That's a
Definitely.
little
Do you think they walk through
You've
PSG?
got
It's
to
not
get-
disrespect. That's testament to
I
I
us.
don't think they
over
walk. I
2
think they're
legs they beat
favourites.
them.
I'd have them as favourites.
They beat
over
any of them
PSG.
2 teams. I guarantee
honestly-
whoever
Anything
Arsenal
less
were
than
there-
a semi-final
Yeah,
is a
they have
massive
been.
failure.
Yeah, but it's peak them. If they get Real Madrid in the next phase.
No, I
then
think
they'll
on a
say that.
if you were to
I
get
think you're
PSG,
trying to
Depends
put
on
a
the
lot of
draw.
pressure.
No,
I see where
honestly,
you're
we're
going
not.
with
We're
this.
not.
It's actually not.
Before
I
this
see where you're
competition
going
started, I had Arsenal to reach semi-finals.
Yeah.
Genuine.
I
I
did
think
as
you're
well.
more than
Draw
capable of reaching
dependent,
a
though.
semi-final.
Yeah, draw
obviously,
dependent,
but you're
yes.
looking at that. I think you walk the 16s. I
100%.
think depending on what happens after that, obviously we'll see. But I think just looking, let's say you've got Paris. I actually don't really rate PSG.
You're better than PSG.
I really
No, but
don't.
let me say this.
Still waiting for them to
individual
turn up in this
individual
competition.
players, you can say I rate Mbappe or specific players in their squad, but as a team, I actually don't rate them at
Their
all.
attack is not even balanced.
No.
No, but
It's
you've
a
got to
mess.
counterbalance that by being honest and saying Arsenal's record in Europe is not that great.
Well, neither is PSG's.
Okay.
PSG's
but,
horrendous.
We are not
Horrendous.
great in Europe. And the one thing I would say, having watched a lot of European football over the years, is it's different to the Premier League insofar as, and I'm sure you guys will agree, it's more tactically nuanced. So, I mean, for example, when we went out last year in the Europa League, it was poor, man. You know what I mean?
What was that, penalties against Lisbon? isn't it?
Yeah, it was
So-
scored
from halfway
second
line.
leg.
Do
you know what?
Yeah.
Remember, you think you laughed at Onana for, and you got your man done it.
You know what, though, Laurie? It's a
That's
good
what
point,
you guys
right?
are good at
I'm just
doing.
saying. Remember, Ramsdale
wanna
got lost from
build us
halfway
up.
line, and it happened to Onana, and he was laughing.
You want to
Your
build us
receipts.
up, so if we
I'm
drop
not building
now,
up.
then
No,
you
I'm
can-
actually
you
being.
are.
No,
You actually
I don't know
are.
why you think.
Nah,
that.
Laurie, we.
But where
If
do-
you
sorry,
can't take that you're a new Arsenal and you still got small club
you can't
mentality,
handle
that's
the
not
heat.
to me. You're a new Arsenal.
Hey, listen, if you
Puff
can't
your
handle
chest
the heat, get out the
and
kitchen.
say round of 16, Copenhagen, Napoli, Lazio, Leipzig,
light work,
PSV,
man.
Inter,
Did
PSG,
I-
Porto.
Did I say we are not capable of beating?
Where do you
All I'm
think-
saying
You're
is
a
you
bit
have to
shy.
give
No, you're
up-
saying I'm putting an unfair
Laurie.
thing on you to try and put
Not
pressure.
unfair.
I'm saying any team Arsenal draw in this stage here now, they're beating them comfortably.
Defo.
And if they're not, sack Arteta.
We're capable of
Not that bit, but
Laurie,
they
where,
should
where
be
do
doing
you
it.
expect where do you expect Arsenal to get to in this competition? Like, what's the
I
expectation?
said prior that if we get to the quarterfinals, I'll be accepting of that. But depending on who we go out to.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
obviously it's a draw, so you could get anyone.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, the last 16 draw, I'm confident that any of those teams we're capable of beating. But as I said before, European football is tactically nuanced. I mean, we could get the game. The game could come when we're going through a period where our form is not great. We might have some key injuries. You can
Yeah.
never
You
really
never
tell.
know what's gonna happen,
So
yeah.
you do have to retain a little bit of humility,
And
which is what
this
I
is
try
now
to do.
you fighting on two fronts because
Yeah,
last
exactly.
season the big thing was you guys went out the FA Cup early, you went out the Europa League.
Bigger
you,
fish
you,
to
you-
No
Yeah.
bigger fish to fry
Yeah,
now, mate.
bigger- yeah.
These are the biggest fish.
You can't do that in this
The
competition.
Champions League and the Premier League are the biggest fish.
They
Robbie
are the
can't be
biggest
saying, I'm
fish.
glad we've gone out of this so we can... Nah.
Well, yeah,
Champions
the
League,
wind
Premier
was
League,
Fry
big
that fish.
elite club.
Yeah.
We are seconds away now. 16
wind was
teams
swirling.
are in
Innit
the
though?
pot.
Rain was raining.
I see what you're doing.
Oh,
Because
my
I was
I'm not
sitting
doing
right
anything.
there frying that fish. Don't make me
Exactly.
do it again.
Guys, I've got to interrupt you because it looks like we're
don't
ready
eat
for the
fish.
draw. Big up Claudio Ranieri on the left there.
Claudio.
We're showing up. It's not actually him, just looks like him.
Oh, yes.
John,
What you were saying.
John Terry opening the first ball. Let's see who we've got. I think it's
Is this
the
out of the
runners up
winners?
first.
Oh,
I
runners
think
up.
it's
Oh,
the
runners
runners up first. FC
Right.
Porto.
Yeah, Arsenal.
You take these? You want
I would
these?
definitely
yeah,
take
take
Lovely,
Porto.
lovely place
Winners
to go.
of the Champions League in
Lovely place.
2004. I'm actually going to Lisbon next month, not Porto. I've been there. Very nice place.
Lovely place.
But FC Porto, the
I was
first
in
out,
Lisbon
as I
in
said.
the summer, actually.
So they can't draw Barcelona,
Yeah,
were they
you
in
were.
their group?
Guys,
Give me some
one of my favourite
recommendations,
places
actually,
to go.
I
Laurie.
will do. I will do.
So yeah, we're now going to get
they're
a
in the same
winner
group.
of a group. So
they
far,
can't
we've
play
got
Barca.
FC Porto. They can't. Again, winners in 2004. UEFA Cup winners in 2003 as well. FC Porto under Jose Mourinho.
Give Arsenal an easy one. Go on, Arsenal.
Who
Go
have
on.
we got then? Arsenal!
There we
Straight
go.
away.
Nice, easy,
Porto.
comfortable. There's Edu there thinking, lovely, we're through to the next round.
Portuguese
Bring it
team.
on.
Lovely,
Easy.
jubbly.
Lovely away day.
Easy. That's can't get
I'm
anything.
It's
not
really
going to say
cheap.
easy. I'm saying I'll
Beer is
take
so
that.
cheap there
I'll
as well.
take that. I'll take that.
You're going to make a little away trip there to get out to
Yeah.
Porto, you know what I mean?
I might come
definitely.
just
Couldn't
for
give
that.
them-
I
couldn't-
tell you
couldn't
what,
give them
when I'm back-
PSG
when
or
I'm back
something.
Nah,
working.
Has
just
to
easy.
be Porto,
Just give them
didn't
the
it?
easy
Couldn't
one.
give them something interesting.
Yeah, or Napoli or something
Yeah.
like that.
Lord
But
heavens,
But this
man.
happens when you top your
Napoli next out of
100%.
the group
benefits
of the draw. Sorry.
Fucking hell.
What are you saying? Give it a little Man City?
Jordan says Porto are knocking out Arsenal. What the hell are you man on?
I'm actually
No
fuming.
chance.
Next up,
Would love to see
Napoli
it. Fingers
play.
I
crossed.
would have preferred they had Atletico Madrid as well.
Yeah, that's a tough game. Do you know what? It's mad how Arsenal haven't won at least one UEFA Cup or Europa League as well when you actually think about the
How
years
big
they've
the
done
club
it.
is,
Yeah.
It's
And the
quite-
players
it's
they
quite-
had in their
And
goals.
that's
quite
not,
astonishing
that's not
when you
even an
think about it.
insult. I'm just saying you
Them
should
man said,
have at
Freddie
least.
Lundberg said it
No,
on
but
Friday night.
should have two or three of
I
them.
openly said.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, Napoli.
It's the Maradona
So it's making it
derby.
easier for Arsenal. Two difficult teams
Yeah.
there. One's going to get knocked out.
Napoli against Barcelona.
Tell
What
you
a
what,
historic
Arsenal for the
fixture
final.
that is.
You can see the way this is all. Real Madrid are probably going to get someone tough. Might
So
get
if
Madrid derby or
if
something.
Arsenal win, is that their side of the draw? Napoli and
I
Barca.
actually don't know.
You can't even get a
I'm just making that bit
Madrid
up.
derby anyway at this point.
Or does it not matter about the draw and then they do another draw?
Do another
Yeah.
draw.
PSG.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Watch them get someone hard as well.
Deco
Probably
there.
Atletico.
Yeah.
I'd love an Arsenal PSG final, actually.
No, because
Nah, it'd be too easy. Then
Way
watch them
too
get
easy.
Bayern. PSG Bayern.
PSG. Who will they
PSG
get?
Bayern. Watch.
Give me PSG Real Sociedad.
Or
I'm not
PSG Real
sure
Madrid.
about all these different like balls going on. I'm not sure what's.
It's
Very
going to be
convoluted.
There's a lot of balls.
It's a
Real
very
Madrid or
complicated
Bayern.
way, isn't it?
Make it easier for Arsenal. Watch. One of
At
them
least,
two.
at least with this draw, you didn't have the long.
They made a mistake.
Yeah.
They made a
Remember?
mistake one time. Yeah,
2
yeah.
years ago.
yeah, it
was
they had
us.
to
They had to
redraw.
restart.
It was us.
They had to
Yeah.
restart the whole
We
thing.
got-
We drew PSG and then we ended
We
up
got
drawing
Benfica and then got Inter. Moved to them though. Real Sociedad.
Yes.
De football.
Wait, do you think there's going to be? Oh no, there can't be.
Good stuff.
Bayern, Real Madrid.
Good
Can
stuff.
they? Can't be that.
Paris
I want a
Saint-Germain
good
versus
final eight
Real
here.
Sociedad.
I
You
want
know
a
what? Big
strong
up to
8.
Real Sociedad. You know, they haven't been in this draw for many, many, many years, but big up to them for making it this
San
far.
Sebastian, listen, went there last year.
Beautiful.
Amazing, lovely little
Amazing
Lovely
place, man. I've
yeah.
been there myself. Lovely,
Kubo.
lovely section.
Kubo
of
for
Spain.
Real Sociedad. Good player.
Very good. Internazionale Milano.
Inter.
Inzaghi.
Zanetti.
What a guy. Legend.
Zanetti there.
Proper legend.
Madrid,
Who you saying?
Bayern.
Real
München?
right
Bayern
back.
München?
Ooh, maybe
that-
Dortmund.
Dortmund would be nice.
Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund.
If it was Bayern, that would be
City.
a repeat of the 2010 final.
Dortmund would be good.
City repeat of last year's.
Could be. Milito winning that one for Inter back in 2010 again under Jose Mourinho. Great final, 2-0 I think it was. Next up, John, who have we got?
I love the investigation going on in the chat. Why are they bigging up Arsenal so much?
Atletico.
Club Atlético de Madrid.
A sense of
Do you know?
tinge of envy
Do you know
around
what's
this
funny?
one.
When you
More
big up
than a
when you big up
tinge.
Arsenal and you
I
put
want
them on a
Arsenal to win it.
pedestal and you're like, no, you can do this. Don't be afraid. They're
And
like,
no,
they're like,
we can.
So
what are you
Atletico,
cooking? What are you trying to do here?
got an
And then when you say no, Arsenal, you're
alternative.
dead. You can't
Yeah.
do nothing. You're rubbish.
You should
got an
respect
agenda
us.
against
Yeah.
Arsenal. How
Can't win.
dare you? You're
Can't
talking
win.
about our club like this and that.
Can't
Like,
win.
what do you want from me?
It's true. What do you actually want us to do? What do you want us to say about Arsenal?
Keep it 100.
We are keeping
We
it
are.
100.
We think
We
you've
are
got a great
keeping it
chance of
100.
going far. And when
so
we do that-
Atletico have PSV Eindhoven.
Okay.
Morata and Griezmann
Oh,
are
my
going
days.
to the Netherlands.
No, I can't hide the fact that I'm okay with that draw.
Yeah, you have to be.
1988 PSV won it.
First out the pot, mate.
So next up we've got potentially Man City,
Bayern.
You're actually
Dortmund,
serious,
or
you know.
Bayern, or Real Madrid.
Oh, Bayern City would be a good one.
We can't
There
get
we
that.
go.
Oh yeah, of course I can't get
No,
that.
no.
Borussia Dortmund.
Who's left?
Dortmund,
that would be City, won't it?
München.
Copenhagen.
Can't-
They can get
Lazio,
Copenhagen,
Leipzig.
Lazio, or
Oh, no, 'cause
Leipzig.
Dortmund top
Can't be
three, yeah,
Bayern,
yeah.
so.
Oh no, it's PSV.
PSV.
Yeah, PSV
Okay.
Dortmund.
Ooh, that's not.
Two good
that's
sets
not-
of fans there going
great.
head to head.
Okay.
Both previous winners. Dortmund won in
Based on
'97.
this, those three teams should still be in there after the 16.
Which three?
Well, Bayern, Madrid, and
Arsenal.
City.
Next up,
Copenhagen,
Lazio.
Lazio, and Leipzig. You'd expect
With
all
them
those
teams, yeah,
top
yeah.
those
Tell you what,
in there.
Lazio's a
Regardless
tough
of
away
where they
day
get
as
out.
well.
Yeah, you'd expect
Their
them to
fans
be
are
great.
mental out there.
Who?
You don't want to go Lazio sometimes
Oh.
either. Quarter finalists in 2000. Do you remember that Lazio team that they had at the turn of the millennium, though? The Verons, the Nestas, the
Bayern.
unbelievable team. Lazio versus Bayern München. 6-time winners of the Champions League, Bayern München.
Fancy Bayern heavily in that, to be honest.
City are going to get an easy draw here, aren't they?
City,
Copenhagen.
Yeah, Copenhagen.
FC Copenhagen, the next
That's Man City's.
to come out.
Good
of
anyway.
the-
They put up
the
that
draw.
stupid tifo saying "Welcome to Hell." All that shit. I hope Man City beat them 8-0.
You hope your deadliest rivals.
Yeah, then they
They're
go
not
out next
really
round, but
rivals.
Copenhagen can hold that. Go play the
Imagine
good
saying
team in Manchester.
Copenhagen can hold-
Copenhagen can hold
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no, that was the most embarrassing.
Oh my days, of
There you
course.
go.
There you go.
Copenhagen
There
can
you
hold
go.
8 over 2 legs.
Manchester City always get the nice draws. Look at
Always
that.
getting
Do you know
draws.
what? To be fair to them, last season they got tough draws. I'll say that. Last
Who,
season,
Copenhagen?
No, Man City on their run to the win, they
Who did
actually
they get?
got
Who
tough
did they
draws.
get?
They played PSG, Real Madrid, then Inter Milan.
And the last
they got,
one,
they got tough. I think they got. Did they get Bayern
Red
as
Bull
well?
Leipzig
They had Bayern
versus
as well,
Real
I think.
Madrid.
But let's
They had
face it,
Bayern in the
you
semi-final.
can't
They got tough
win
draws.
the Champions League.
They got
and
tough
then
draws
say you
last
got
season.
just easy draws because sooner or later you're gonna have to come up against good
Makes a
teams.
change,
Yeah,
man.
no,
They
Man City won it
five
hard, the
European
hard way.
Cups with Oldham at home every year.
Like, well, that's gonna be a walkover, man. Leipzig
Yeah.
can't
City.
defend.
So City and Real Madrid got a nice comfy.
Yeah, so we know that.
And
they're
Arsenal
all-
against Porto.
Yeah.
That's comfy.
I think
English
they've all
teams have
been
come out
very-
all right.
not
Well,
very
there you
nice
go,
back
that's the
also.
draw.
That's the draw over, Flex.
That's the draw.
Porto versus Arsenal, Napoli, Barcelona, PSG
Tie round.
versus Real Sociedad, Inter Milan versus Atletico, another interesting game. PSV versus Borussia Dortmund, Lazio, Bayern Munich, FC Copenhagen versus Manchester City, and RB Leipzig versus the 14-time European champs, the heavyweights Real Madrid as well. What's your instant reaction to that?
Bit half baked, in my opinion. Missing some big hitters.
Is it worth getting out of bed for and being here on time?
Yeah, I'll say
still
it
just-
was. Yeah, just to put that pressure on Arsenal. You know what I mean? But no, I think there's a few teams in there. Look, it's good to see a little bit of a mix up. It puts pressure on some of the bigger clubs to perform better. But there's we're going to need to wait to the latter rounds to get some serious big clashes here, I think.
I'm not watching until the next round. I've made my mind up.
Do you see that swathe of green that's just enveloped the...
Yeah.
That Atletico, Inter Milan game.
I wanted obviously to see some like
His weight
gonna be a
eating at that
kicking
tasty
top
little
table,
ties.
and
Yeah,
he's not been
And that's
so
the draw.
enjoy it and make sure you
Proper
go all the way
dogfight.
and win it. I hope you
You're not
do.
winning.
Do you know what? That's the
To the back.
quickest UEFA draw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Even
all
they're
just got
like,
up and left.
Even they're like,
Shit.
bruv, hurry us up along.
They've all just stood up and left the
What's the
programme.
tie of the round?
It's mad. Tie of the round.
Atletico
I actually
versus
think,
Inter.
yeah, I think it's that.
What?
Proper dogfight.
Inter
that.
Milan versus
And Diego
Atletico.
Simeone, yeah, he's going to love that.
And Simeone used to play
Yeah,
for
he's
Inter
going
as
to
well.
love that. Yeah.
So
Not
there's going to be a
Porto
big
Arsenal.
fight.
No, not Porto
Told you,
Arsenal.
not gonna
That's the
watch.
draw of the round for you. 'cause
Easy. Easy.
It's not all about Arsenal.
No, but listen.
Other
you-
teams
you-
in this as well that have actually won it, Laurie. So
Oh,
Hey,
let's just
we could talk about history
Calm
all
down.
day
Napoli
long.
Barca's all right. That's a good tie.
that's one for the ages. That's the
Yeah.
Maradona derby. That
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but even
That's
now,
gonna be
with the
special.
players
yeah.
that they've got now,
I mean,
just-
Napoli are not
that's
as strong in
a decent
Serie A
tie.
this season.
I could watch that.
I actually think Napoli go through in that tie.
Barca haven't been great this year.
Barca.
No.
Xavi's
Great this
chatting about the pressure's on to him to resign at the minute.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fourth in La Liga.
Yeah, so
And
not been
Girona
great.
at the top, making a mock of La Liga.
Mad.
they're playing some brilliant
City
football
owned.
though.
Aye, Girona.
And it's Pep's brother that's in charge of
It's
is
all corrupt.
he
They
the
should
owner
all
or
just be
director?
stripped of everything. It's
Mad,
It's a
isn't
bit
it?
fishy to me.
disgusting.
What's going on
Absolutely
here?
disgusting.
Shout out to everyone
Where's the
locked in.
115 charges? Hurry up and deal with this.
Yeah,
All right.
literally. By the way, 399 likes, and there's 10 times that currently watching. Over 3,500 of you in the house right now. So smash that like button and get yourself ready for the cooking.
Did they say when
that's
the
going to
times
happen
are to
in
be
an hour and
played?
10.
The date?
Find that out, yeah.
I think they're February.
something,
They
isn't it?
usually
It's normally like
Valentine's
February 6th,
Yeah.
week,
7th.
and
Good week to
then
have.
Then a week up.
2 weeks later.
Spread the love around.
So, Laurie, from an Arsenal perspective,
Yeah.
you know, if you were to
From
go
the
out,
UK's perspective.
if
Repping the UK.
if 100% fly the flag for us.
It's all right, City also there.
Champions.
Oh, you're on, yeah?
City. You know, if you were to go out,
Shame we're not
I
offside.
don't suspect you will. But how much criticism or scrutiny should
It's a
this
good
group of
question.
players be
No,
under
listen,
if
I
you
am
don't
gonna-
get through that? Because that is you should be.
It's a winnable. So I'm not going to have you like, you know, what I mean, over.
This is nothing to do with me.
Elaborate on
This
it.
is a question I've asked.
No, I'm
Nothing
not
to do
going
with
to
me.
answer it honestly. I'm going to keep it 100. Listen, it is a game or a tie that we should come through.
And if
I'm
we
under
didn't,
no illusions.
You
However,
must. You must.
as I said before, European football, it's a different type of football. It's tactically nuanced. We know that.
Unless
Our
Falcao,
record in Europe has not been good. In fact, it's been pretty poor. So, you know what I mean? We need to be diligent, man. We need to do our thing. But if we are, I'm confident we can get through to the next one.
unless Falcao or Ricardo Quaresma are in that Porto kit, you must. Okay, you must.
You must.
there's no excuse.
Mourinho sliding on his knees.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
touchline,
But I
you
suspect,
must.
Deco.
listen, but you know what it is? It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you get a team that everyone expects you to win. then
Like Liverpool
that's
last
fine.
night, basically.
You said you're not
I thought
talking
you
about.
said
you're talking about
You said you're not talking about that. mate.
Six-time winners.
We'll leave
so-
that to the.
Stop it, stop
But
it, stop it.
what I'm going to say is,
He
if you
just
get a
can't
team
help it.
that you're
Can't.
expected to beat and you don't beat them, you
Yeah.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. So the actual
There is
dates,
pressure. There is pressure.
February the 13th to the 21st, so first and second leg. Oh, sorry, obviously they do it in two
Yeah.
sections now. So 13th and the 21st will have the first legs, and then the second legs, the 5th of March to the 13th of March. So that's a kind of approaching business end of the season.
Maybe we should
That's
look
when
at
you
who
wanna
Arsenal
be.
have in around that time.
Yeah,
Could
let's-
we
let's
look
go
at that?
for
Maybe
it.
it could be
Let's have a
difficult
look.
for them and City.
Arsenal fixtures.
Who do they have around February the?
City could be trying to have to claw. They're going to
Do
the
you know what
Club
I mean?
World
Because
Cup now,
these
so they
teams
might, have
matter.
to be, they might be clawing back points.
This is
That's
interesting,
a couple
right?
weeks before, though. That's
Yeah,
Why is
but
Valentine's
it's,
Day
it's,
always on
it's
the
only
Champions
4
League
days before, apparently,
No,
because they're saying the 7th.
no, that was a
Oh,
March.
sorry, 13th.
13th.
So in the start of February, you've got Liverpool at home, West Ham away on the 10th of Feb, which is close to the time of playing. Burnley away, and then Newcastle at home. So that's a congested period there
It
in
is,
mid-February,
it is.
early
But one
March.
that we should be able to successfully navigate.
And then you've got Chelsea and City's after that draw, isn't it? But Chelsea
In
are
the
on the
second
16th
legs, yeah.
of March, which again should.
These are all
probably
subject to
all
change
cover.
as well. They're all 3 o'clocks currently. The times and dates of these will probably
Especially in
all
the
move.
Champions League now.
Yeah, they'll go. The Arsenal Chelsea. That'll be a
Listen,
Saturday.
man, things are
5:30.
looking good for Arsenal right now. You can't deny that. Top
No.
of the domestic
100%.
league. Yes. Yeah. Won our
Well
Champions
done.
League group. Got a favourable draw. It's
my
all
mate.
good.
He's a poet from Liverpool. Big up to him. Talking about John
Big up to
Barnes and that. Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan right now.
For sure.
You're printing T-shirts with all that on.
Not you as well. I held you in higher regard than these lot.
I'm the
I
worst.
expect that.
Don't hold me in regard to contrast.
You man,
What?
but Abby,
worst.
me and Abby have always had a good relationship.
Look at this one though.
Don't let
A
these
scene.
lot drag you down.
Who says Flex
playing
is
that
again
card.
repeating the
Villain
same
hero.
mistake
He hasn't
as last
seen you,
season.
clearly.
He wanted City to get to the Champions League final so that they could get Max Payne, and then look what happened. Flex refuses to learn.
I don't want him to get
see.
to the final. I just want him to smack up Copenhagen and go out. It's very clear what I've said. I don't want him to go.
Why
Do you know what? They will. Don't worry about
They
it.
will.
They will.
Standards are in the
Why do
mud.
you
I'm just being petty because they had, mate. That was the most disrespectful banner I've ever seen,
It worked.
and it worked. And then Galatasaray done one as well. It
Yeah,
worked.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
was hell, wasn't it?
I'm just in my feelings.
That man was
I
pouring
wasn't
Basically,
sure.
just
shade
have
on
that
your
banner.
atmosphere, though, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Huh?
It was pouring shade on your atmosphere.
Who?
Them Copenhagen, man. I saw in the lead up to that game.
yeah.
Making some
They got
comments.
none.
In our thing,
Wait till we get you back to Copenhagen.
Because they were getting drenched by the holes in the roof, man.
It wasn't raining that day, mate.
But there-
Talking atmospheres.
There's no
There was
atmosphere
swirling
anyway.
wind though.
Yeah.
Talking atmospheres.
Extra
you
seven-
guys are
extra-
getting stick for that.
extra
Exactly.
7,000
That
grand they took.
chat's in an hour, so we'll get onto that.
Open the new
Jesus.
standards.
Yeah.
Extra
Yeah,
7,000 in there.
Can't wait
We did
Silence.
promise that we
It was
would
like
wait for this,
hybrid.
guys. So let's just wait. Who are the
I think
favourite?
It's also fair
Oh
to
yeah.
point out as well that the last time we played a Portuguese team in Europe, we didn't do so well. So we
Oh, you went out
Which was the sporting event, yeah.
So
in a different competition. Who are the favourites to win the Champions League? We've asked you in the chat. Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal are the three teams we've given you plus other. Right now, it's a straight shootout between Madrid and Arsenal.
what?
Yeah.
Well, let's go around the
35%
table then.
and
Go
31.
on. Let's see. What are you saying? Who's your favourite to win the Champions League?
It's tough because City going back to back, that doesn't happen unless it's Madrid. So can I have a joint favourite? Or do I have to pick one?
Nah,
team?
you
Pick one.
put your hat on one. Don't do this.
Ala Madrid. Although they have
It's
three,
boring
no,
to
they have
say
three.
that, but-
They have three ACLs. No, Man City. They have three ACLs. Alaba just got an ACL the other day,
Oh, did he?
along with Courtois and one other player as well. Can't say Arsenal.
Go on. Say Harry Kane and Bayern Munich is going to win some stuff.
No,
for us.
I don't think they're gonna.
Spurs.
Say it though.
But I don't think they are.
He's got
tough,
a real
man.
chance now. He's not with you.
I actually don't think he does. But
They need
I'll still.
Well, he's got more of a chance
I'll still
now,
go Madrid. I still think, regardless of the ACLs, I still think they just in that competition they are a different dog.
I need Bayern. Thomas
They
too.
might
Different
have three
dog.
ACLs, but they've got 14 UCLs. So I'm also going for
Ooh,
Madrid.
like
You like
it.
that one?
I
That was
didn't
good, yeah.
like that one. Man.
I always back Madrid.
It's an AGT special.
Better than what you. Yeah. So. I just can't stand Raul in Champions
Go
League.
Bayern.
nights, though. That's what's holding me back.
Thomas
a bit.
Tuchel. He's gone
I
to
don't believe
I don't
that
believe-
one though.
No.
I don't think they can do it.
Don't believe
maybe in
it.
January if they add a couple of players, get a Pauline.
They want
I
Højbjerg
don't
in
think
the
City
summer.
can reach the heights again on all fronts. I don't
they
think
were
they
broke.
can. I think they'll fall just short.
I agree.
Basically, what I'm saying, I think it's between Arsenal and Real Madrid.
Has anyone given Inter a
Do
shout?
you know what? I'm going to say Real Madrid.
Inter currently top of Serie A, finalists last year. Are we counting them out a bit too early?
I think they'll back up on some.
Yeah.
Some serious
Everyone's a
man
bad
in
man till a
They
real
had
bad
they had a
man walks in.
nice side
One
of
of
the
them.
draw last year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen. Look, Arsenal can draw Real Madrid in the very next round, and then they could be out, or vice versa. I don't know, but I think it's between Arsenal and Real Madrid. I'm going to go for, and I'm going to slide with Real Madrid. Yeah, but Arsenal. Do you know what? Arsenal really can win.
They really
something.
can win it. That's what's so scary.
I know, Abby, you don't want to contemplate, and
They
even
actually can do it.
discuss. They actually really can. On a serious note, I'm like all banter aside.
No, I think they
think
can
they
get
can
to,
win
I
it.
think they can get to a semi. I don't think they can. I don't think. They
Do you
can.
not?
No.
And I've changed my chick because in the summer I was like, nah, they can't.
I think
do that. But
semis
now with what I've
Arsenal.
seen,
I think semis.
with how dominant they are,
The only thing that stopped me from saying they'll win it is because they haven't got experience in the competition. So I'm expecting that
That's the only
experience at some
reason
point to
why
play a
I-
part. If Arsenal had been in the Champions League for a few years and this is where they'd got to, I'd be making
No,
them.
obviously
I'd
they've
put
got
them right
they've
up
got
there.
previous, but again, it
When
was
Arteta
20
was
years
playing.
of finishing top four. Yeah, but I don't know. I think semis. Yeah, again, depending on what happens in the next draw. But I can't see it for a final.
especially if Arsenal get an easier route to it.
Yeah.
Like if the draw favours them and they end up in the final because they got some favourable draws.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
then after this, then there isn't sides of the group. Then it's just.
No, but you could still get
could
like
buck
I don't know.
up on-
Atletico Madrid might have gone through, so it's like you
I'm
can
not
get
sure.
them.
Again,
No, but this
They're
thing about
better.
draws and
Atletico
that
would be a
is-
tough game, you know.
It will be.
No, there's no
but-
easy game. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy. I'm not saying it's easy.
You just
there's
did, you
something
said
about I'm
Porto's
not.
easy.
No,
Porto is
Porto
easy.
easy.
Porto is
Porto
easy.
is easy.
But I just honestly, like deep down, without no banter trying to put the pressure on you just to laugh and all that, yeah. I honestly just think Arsenal are going to go really far. I do.
No,
I just
they
got
will.
a feeling.
They will.
They will.
And may potentially win
I
it.
just don't think they'll get. I just don't think they'll get to the final. I think semi.
What if Arsenal had to play like City over 2 legs and that?
If you're going to ask me about who I
Back
think,
City.
I've,
Back City. on
I've
that.
just got this sneaking
Back
suspicion that Bayern are going to win it.
Yeah,
This season.
I wanted to say Bayern, but their defending is
I just
awful.
got that feeling, man.
Their defending
Hopefully
is
Bayern,
awful,
though.
but their defenders are
They're
beasts.
very good.
Yeah, yeah.
So why is
Maybe
I
they
don't
can
know.
improve as they
Hopefully,
go
hopefully
along.
they
Yeah.
improve as the competition goes on.
Exactly.
And with Harry Kane up front, let's face it, man. All
Leroy
rivalries
Sané.
aside, that guy
He's
is,
rejuvenated.
Yeah,
I'd be happy if they won
he's
it.
a
Musiala.
proper centre
Hopefully.
forward.
They've got enough.
They've got talent.
quality.
Bring in
Yeah.
Paulinho, man. Let's go. Come on, Bayern.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Could go in
So
January.
yeah, if not Arsenal, then Bayern.
Interesting that.
And if not Bayern, Arsenal and Bayern, then probably City. Again, I just think that. Because I don't think City will win the Premier League now. So it could be
You
subconsciously.
think they're out of it now then? You think
I
they're
don't
done?
think they're out of it. I just think that. Actually, I mean, I know you guys are going to discuss it later. But I've been saying that I think it could be a 4-horse race this year. I think it's going to be tight. And I
Who's
think
the fourth horse?
Villa.
The 4, Arsenal, City, Liverpool and Villa.
Villa.
I think
Not Tottenham.
Villa-
You think Villa got the staying
No,
power
not
to...
Tottenham. I think Villa, they're looking like the real deal to me.
They are, man.
They've beaten, listen, they've
They've
beaten
got depth.
you,
They have
they've
depth.
beaten City and they've beaten us.
Yeah, they've got depth.
But
So
And
when
they're only
people,
in the
At home.
they're
a
in the
lot of
Conference League.
Arsenal fans, right, this week have been looking down their nose at Villa. I'm like, is that recency bias because they beat us?
That's because you don't like Emery.
Smith Rowe should have signed for them.
No, I
Because of what Ty said.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Who are they?
Probably. But
respect
anyway,
to Ty, but we look at things totally
we'll
different.
get into the
Yeah, I'm
Premier
sure
League
you
chat
will.
in an hour from now. But that concludes it. It's Porto versus Arsenal. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling in the chat about that one? Napoli versus Barcelona. It's historic kind of fixture that throws up some incredible memories of players that have played for both teams. PSG versus Real Sociedad. Inter Milan versus Atletico Madrid. PSV versus both teams have won it one time. PSV and Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. Copenhagen and Man City. RB Leipzig and Real Madrid, and of course Lazio and Bayern Munich. Let us know who's going to win it. Who's your dark horses in the chat? We've asked you in the poll. The current winners are still Real Madrid with 36% of the vote. Nice to see so many of you tuned in so early, but don't worry. We'll be back in an hour for a big cooking, I'm sure. Until then, big shout out to Matisse, Abby, Man Like Laurie, and of course Flex. And we'll see you soon. Take care.